Hey guys, welcome back to Stacking Stocks as we scale through the latest headlines on Tesla stock. Well, for reasons not known to us, there's always something about Tesla and Elon Musk in the news. Now, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has donated roughly $5.7 billion worth of the electric car maker's shares to charity. And we understand why this made the headlines because we're talking about a significant amount of shares owned by the giant EV maker. The donation of 5,044,000 shares was revealed in a filing to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The shares were gifted last year between November 19th and November 29th, according to the filing, which didn't name the recipient or recipients of the shares. Tesla stock was trading above $1,000 per share at the time of the donations. The donated shares were worth $5.7 billion based on the average of the highest and lowest quoted price on the date of the transaction. Okay, now the charitable giving would make Musk the second biggest U.S. donor in 2021. Tesla's CEO trails only Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates, who gave $15 billion last year in an annual ranking by the Chronicle of Philanthropy. Previous securities filings show that Musk sold Tesla shares worth over $16 billion in the final 2 months of 2021, with most of the proceeds going to pay an estimated $11 billion to a U.S. federal tax bill. Donated shares are not subject to capital gains tax, and their value could be used as a deduction to help offset the tax bill. Tesla didn't immediately respond when asked for more details on the donated shares. Musk has established a foundation that makes grants in support of causes including pediatric research and science education, but there are few details available on its bare-bones website. This means that we'd have to dig a lot deeper in order to get any information. The big question currently is what prompted the massive donation to charity. Musk, the world's richest man, was challenged last year by the director of the UN World Food Program to make a donation that would help solve world hunger. Of course, this is a challenge that would put anyone considered to be among the richest globally on the spot. So Musk definitely had to respond. Now, Musk wrote on Twitter in October that if the WFP can describe on the Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion would solve world hunger, he would sell Tesla stock right there and do it. Elon Musk says a lot of things. Many of those things have drawn intense, credulous scrutiny from serious institutions like the Securities and Exchange Commission and federal courts. This time, he supposedly offered to help end world hunger if the United Nations can provide him a plan. Now, the World Food Program did respond with a plan. The plan includes spending about half of the money to directly deliver food to the most vulnerable in specific regions hit by famine, and the rest would be used to set up a voucher program for people to purchase food locally and improve the local food economy. Now, a few months later, Tesla released a new SEC filing on February 14th revealing that Musk donated over 5 million shares worth close to $6 billion at the end of November. The filing doesn't reveal the recipient of the money, but the WFP is suspected to be the recipient due to the amount and the timing. Maybe it was partly why Elon Musk sold his Tesla shares. Of course, the main reason was to pay taxes. There are millions of people around the world on the brink of starvation. Whether the WFP receives any of this money is yet to be seen, but there's some global excitement to hear that Elon is engaged. According to David Beasley, the executive director of the WFP, this is an amazing and great first step. Despite the debates over the best way to help people on the brink of famine, everyone agrees that $6 billion from Musk could do a lot of good. For one, it's a pretty impressive amount. $6 billion would be a very significant single-year charitable contribution for an individual. Certainly one of the largest ever, and targeting that sum to assist the world's poorest and hungriest would likely make the biggest difference to human welfare. Now, if the other billionaires would get on the bandwagon, that would be great. Could you imagine if Jeff Bezos stumped up another $6 billion? That would be $12 billion, and the WFP could do twice as much. So Musk in 2012 signed the Giving Pledge, a public promise to give away at least half of his wealth in his lifetime or when he dies. Compared with some of his wealthy peers, he's been relatively quiet about his philanthropy until last year. Musk announced a $100 million prize aimed at helping to solve climate change, and he made several other donations in 2021, including a $1 million contribution to a Texas food bank. Musk sometimes announces his philanthropic activities on Twitter, including a September message about a $50 million donation for children's cancer research. This clearly shows that donating to charity is not new in Musk's books. The Tesla CEO has been active in as far as solving some of the key issues in the world, which is contrary to what some people have been led to believe in the past. Now, we all know that one way or another, Elon Musk will try to recover these donations and taxes paid, even if it means just pulling off a major Tesla event that will push the figures a bit higher. But then Musk confirmed reports that Tesla would now go into its second year running without launching an all-new car, with the most recent being the Model Y from March 2020. Reservation holders that put in a $100 deposit for the Cybertruck can expect the pickup sometime next year at the earliest. The Tesla CEO said his fundamental focus this year is scaling up output. Elon Musk told investors on January 26th that both last year and this year, if Tesla was to introduce new vehicles, the total vehicle output would decrease. So he was basically trying to defend his decision. While this proved not to be a hindrance to growth in 2021, the trickle of new EVs from competitors is starting to hit a steady flow. New models like the Lyriq, Cadillac's first EV built off GM's bespoke Ultium EV platform, and the Nissan Ariya are both expected to hit the U.S. market later this year. The electric pickup, which Musk praises for looking like it was designed by aliens from the future, remains mired in development. Despite recent images indicating it may be coming close to its series production version, Musk said the economics of the vehicle were proving challenging. There's a lot of new technology in the Cybertruck that will take some time to work through. Even a possible launch in the first quarter of 2023 is starting to sound ambitious. Musk said the most important product development undertaken by his team this year will not be one of the many vehicles he has unveiled on stage, but has thus far failed to build. Instead, it's a humanoid robot, Optimus, a change in priorities that came as a surprise to many. With customers now waiting 3 years for the Semi, 2 years for the Roadster, and 1 year for the Cybertruck, diverting engineering resources to Optimus seems a distraction to its core strategy of decarbonizing transport. Moreover, other companies like Hyundai's Boston Dynamics have been focusing their entire effort on this market for years. When asked about the progress on what many fans call the Model 2, which is a smaller $25,000 Tesla vehicle that was first flagged at the company's Battery Day over a year ago, Musk admitted his team hadn't even begun to work on its development. It's unclear how Musk wants to hit his annual sales target of 20 million vehicles in 2030 without a low-cost entry model that can be competitive in emerging economies. But what we do know is that Elon Musk will, as much as possible, make sure that Tesla stays on top. He's not one to back out because of challenges. He will fight to maintain Tesla's dominance throughout 2022. Now, we've come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time right here on Stacking Stocks.